We talk all the time about how the labor market's tight, but we're not seeing a big rise in wages. In your industry and in your company, how tight do you see the labor market being?
Well, the labor market in our industry is always tight because when you think about the educational background, the training, the capabilities, it's clearly a lot in science and STEM. So we're always competing for the very best scientists, the very best commercial, marketing talent in the world. Fortunately, people find Johnson & Johnson attractive for a lot of different reasons. The company culture, as well as the career opportunities that we represent. But we find it that we're still able to attract the very best talent. But like everybody else, we're always competing.
How would you describe your unit labor costs? Rising more quickly than before, stable,
I think
falling?
They're fairly stable. We've seen it to be fairly stable. But it depends. In certain categories, of course, it can be, somewhat higher. But overall, we've seen it to be fairly stable over the last several years.
And finally, Alex, I don't want to let you go without talking about this Health for Humanity report that you just brought up from Johnson & Johnson. At a time when we see the administration in Washington apparently retrenching, particularly on environmental restrictions, for example, maybe some other things as well, can the private sector step in, and should it step in, to try to advance some of those interests that the government had been doing?
Well, I think that you're seeing change in these areas happen regardless of what happens in the government. And look, at Johnson & Johnson, we have over a 75-year commitment vis-a-vis our credo to make sure that we're always doing what's best for patients, for the moms and dads that use our products, for our employees. We find that by having progressive policy such as family leave of up to 16 or 17 weeks for men, for women, that's to your earlier question, that's what allows us to attract them, focusing on health and wellness. But in areas like the environment, there too, we think we've got a very strong track record. And look, we've set ambitious goals. We're going to already reduce, our utilization of resources by about 35% by 2020. We want to go to 80 to 100% by 2050. So we're putting those things in place because not only do we think they're the right thing to do, but we think, frankly, it's good business for us as well.